honestly, in a lot of ways, I don't know how it went down with Aaron Rodgers. The optics certainly look like Rodgers was the plan A, and then it went to Russell Wilson. I'm going to say I think it's a blessing in disguise. They got Russell Wilson over Aaron Rodgers in a lot of ways. Younger.
Why?
Still in the prime of his career. You got young receivers. You can build something and build a future. And really, if this is played right, you should have your quarterback for the next 6 to 8 years in Denver and be good. Rodgers, yeah, okay, maybe playing at a higher level than Russell Wilson is right now, but he is getting to that age where we know, hey, physical decline is going to happen. And who's to say in a year or two Rodgers isn't, well, I might retire, I might do all this. You're certainly not going to have the long-term security that's, potentially there with Russell Wilson. And I think that's the thing I first went to, and when I just in my mind I kind of looked at and went, man, these young receivers, this team, all right, yes, he doesn't know the offense like Rodgers knows, Nathaniel Hackett's offense, but still he's got some, base knowledge of it from his early days in the career with Darrell Bevel in the West Coast offense. But I just look at it in that way, Mike. I don't know. Am I crazy to think that?
Well, I'd have to know what they could have gotten Aaron Rodgers for.
Yeah, sure.
What were the terms?
Sure.
Because they gave up a lot to get Russell Wilson. I mean,
right.
That's the downside of being Russell Wilson right now. Your new team has given up a crap load of assets to get you. That hampers your ability to have a great team around you, although they're in the process of building a great team.
Right.
2 first-round picks, 2 second-round picks, and 2 players out the door other than Drew Lock. That's a problem. That's an issue.
Yep.
That's a complication. With Aaron Rodgers, I doubt it would have been that much to get him. And let me tell you, the Broncos are working very hard to push the idea that Russell Wilson was plan A.
Yeah.
Very hard.
To
the point where Aaron Rodgers is probably not thrilled with what he's seeing reported.
Can't have it all, Aaron.
Plan A being Russell Wilson. When Nathaniel Hackett, his former offensive coordinator, is now the head coach of the Denver Broncos.
Right.
It feels like a slap in the face to Aaron Rodgers because you could have had him for less trade assets, presumably. You're not going to get him for more than what they gave up to get Russell Wilson. That's for damn sure. And this is the 2-time defending MVP. Russell Wilson's never got even
Yeah.
If you haven't heard, he's never gotten an MVP vote in his entire career. So this guy's won it 4 times. Russell Wilson got 0 votes, and Russell Wilson's plan A. And we've watched the film. You watch it far more than I do. Russell's not as mobile as he used to be. He's just not. He doesn't elude the defenders like he used to.
True.
Last year, it's hard to really know where he's at from an arm skill standpoint because of the broken finger from last year. And his numbers for the season weren't as bad as I thought when I looked at him the other day. But still, there are questions about where he is. He's kind of at a crossroads. Where is he? Is he being passed up by some of the younger quarterbacks as we think? I thought about your top 40 quarterback rankings. I'm going to be very interested to see where he lands this year when you do your deep dive. But there's a chance that Russell is kind of starting.
Yeah, I got you.
We'll find out.
Yeah.
My point is they're working very hard to make people think he was plan A. And one of the arguments is, well, they've been working on this for a month. And my response to that is,
that means nothing.
Right. You got 2 alternatives you're working.
Right.
You're working Rodgers, you're working Wilson. And everybody knows this is only the deal if we go this route. We don't know which way we're going because we don't know what Rodgers is going to do.
Right.
So if we have Rodgers, we may not do this deal. If we don't have Rodgers, we're going to do this deal. And the way it lined up, I mean, why they created the impression that they pivoted automatically and immediately
100%,
Russell Wilson
yes.
by doing the deal yesterday. They could have done it today.
If they waited today,
let it breathe.
Yes, you're right.
They could have done it next week.
You're right.
No one else. Hey, if it's true, and you never know what's true and what's not true, as we established at the start of the show, if it's true that Russell Wilson was only ever going to waive his no-trade clause for the Broncos, you could have done it next Wednesday. You could have done it next Thursday.
Yeah.
You could have done it next Friday. You don't have to do it an hour after Aaron Rodgers makes it known that he's staying with the Green Bay Packers. It fuels the idea that they ricocheted off of Rodgers and went straight for Russell Wilson.
Yeah, well, it definitely does. It fuels it. I mean, come on. It's just too big of a coincidence. I mean, come on. They could say whatever they want, certainly. Obviously, we know they had interest in Russell Wilson. But I mean, again, I think you'd about to be crazy to think that Aaron Rodgers wasn't the guy that was in door number one. You know, and again, that's not a slap in Russell Wilson. It's a guy that had common knowledge with the head coach. You can hit the ground running if you bring Aaron Rodgers in. So that's understandable. That's plan A. But I do think it speaks to, the new GM, the new staff in the front office out there, to what he told you last week at the Combine as far as, to get a franchise quarterback, we're at a 10. They were, okay, Rodgers, you're staying in Green Bay. Damn, here's plan B. We're getting to it. We've already got it worked out. Yes, people, I mean, that doesn't mean anything. Just because some of this was the groundwork for the trade was already laid down or been talked about for 2 weeks doesn't mean the same thing wasn't going on with Green Bay. I'm sure there was already a tentative deal in place there, too, in case that happened. Now, I don't know. That's an interesting conversation as far as the trade market you brought up. Yeah, you probably have to pay a little bit more for Russell Wilson, I guess. But I will say this about Denver and where Russell Wilson and where he should be really happy, Mike, is this. You mentioned they lost Shelby Harris, but still got a damn good group of wide receivers still there that are young and moldable to come up with Russell here and kind of learn the system and grow as players with Russell. And then you got an offensive line that's, as we saw last year, got better and better. You got the young running back. So there's some things there that Russell can go, yeah, we traded some assets away, but damn, we should be pretty damn good as soon as I get into training camp and get a hold of this offense, and we can be pretty dangerous with the weapons they got around them.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.